I'm Mishima Yuki, and you're listening to the Giant Sword Podcast, home of the second biggest group of Phantom Thieves ever. The first being me. Keck.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Giant Sword Podcast. I'm your party leader, Nick. Joining me, as always, is Taylor. Taylor, what is up?
Hello, sir. It's a Tuesday that we're recording this, and yeah, that's what's going on. It's raining a lot here, and I'm sure everybody in California wishes they could have some rain.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Freaking Arizona had more rain than California did.
Yeah, really?
Yes, I'm not lying.
Wow.
The freaking a desert has more rain than a nice mid-tropical, not tropical, mid-climate. I don't even know what the call California. California is like every biome in one state.
Pretty much.
Weird.
Pretty much.
All right. Yeah. It's been crazy, right? I was lucky that you've had rain. It makes it like, does the rain there still give you the feeling of it's time to relax, get some work done, play some video games?
Oh yeah, man. Today it was pouring. I could barely see the end of the street. It was raining so hard. I'm like, just a cup of coffee, editing videos. But it would have been nice to chill and play some games, but not yet. Probably won't, because I'm going to be too tired.
And I'm not allowed to. How is it compared to California rain and that rain? Way different, right?
It's, what's really funny is like, we always make this joke, like if you see a rain cloud, it's like get inside within 5 minutes because it's going to rain. Like the clouds just move so fast here. Like me and Matt went for a walk this morning, and it was super sunny. And then like when we were about halfway done, it just started dumping on us, and it was just pouring. I'm like, oops, should have brought an umbrella. So you're never safe out here. And it rains hard, and the thunder and lightning is really loud because like, and what's really funny is my car is so sensitive. So like the thunder sometimes gets so loud that it'll set my car alarm off. So it's kind of annoying actually, because my car alarm is really loud.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because apparently I didn't know this until this year. Arizona has a monsoon season, right?
Really?
Yeah, in the summer. I think it's July to like August. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. And we visited my grandma who lives over there in the middle of July, or in July. And on the last day we were there, like every night, every like evening, we would see like thunderclouds brewing in the mountains behind, like, away, because her area is like surrounded by hills and mountains, right? So you would see a bunch of thunderclouds developing, right? And they would get closer and closer and closer, and you're like, oh, we're gonna get the monsoon. Didn't happen until the last night. Every night there was like 190 degrees around in there. So it's how hot it is over there.
Yep. I mean, I remember when we drove across the country and I stopped at your grandma's for a night, and it was like 4 a.m, and we're just like outside sweating because it's so hot. Like it never lets up.
And the crazy thing though, so we went to bed at 10, and it was still like 90, 100 degrees out there, right? And I go take a shower because I'm, we're gonna leave early in the morning, so took the shower at night. I get out, and I just hear, I'm like, what's that sound? And I go outside, and I see my grandma and my dad are just like looking outside, and it's just wind, like a freaking hurricane going on outside. Whoa. And like rain. And I look at the temperature, and it's like 70 degrees. It just went down 30 to 20 degrees in like span of like 10 minutes. And it was just pouring rain. Like I could show you videos. I have videos on my phone. I could just show you what it was like, but it was crazy. I'd never seen it like that.
Dang.
So because grandma's always like, "Oh, it never rains in Arizona. We're lucky to get a little bit of rain." It's like, grandma, this place flooded. What the hell? Anywho, what it's been a tough couple of days. I finally beat Arise. Oh, I have some thoughts on that game, Taylor. Thoughts on that game, indeed. That last part of the game.
It drags. Yeah, it definitely drags.
Oh, thanks for interpreting what I meant.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes on a little long.
It's yeah. We'll talk about that in the spoiler cast. Let's just say that it gives me a huge Xenogears feeling. Where it's like,
you know what's really funny is you're not the only person I've heard say that. So clearly people seem to agree on that.
Okay, I'm gonna go on this. So it's like that, right? So it's like there's the main, like the part of this game where, you know, the typical quest where it's like, oh, we gotta go get the lords, right? We gotta get the master cores, and then after you do the last one, it like totally, like, it has a new intro, and it's like, oh, there's another quest, but after that, it's just like story, cutscene, cutscene, cutscene. I'm like, holy shit.
It's a little much.
That is crazy amount of stuff. But I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's like, bam, it's like, whoa, all this story all at once. All these reveals, and okay, you're jumping the shark now, and holy crap, what the heck? Yeah. Has a good epilogue though.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. All right, so let's go with the news that just dropped today, really quick. All right. So Smash Brothers is finally over. The Ultimate is the last fighter DLC. It's kind of bittersweet because the Smash reveals was kind of like the last exciting news that we would get in the gaming industry. Is just like the Smash reveals, because they were always cool and hype and didn't feel like a cash grab from a corporate company.
Yeah.
But we got our reveal, and it was Sora from Kingdom Hearts, which I pretty much knew was gonna happen. Apparently there was a leak. I didn't even know there was a leak, but I was like, they gotta add Sora. It was add Sora. And Sakurai actually confirmed that survey that they did a long time ago for like Smash Wii U and Smash 3DS versions. Man, that felt like just yesterday. But that was like 7 years ago. That's crazy. Anywho, they said that the top character was Sora. I knew a lot of people thought it was Bayonetta because right after it was Bayonetta. Right after they announced Bayonetta, right? But it was actually Sora.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I wonder how far down the list Goku was.
That's true. But they can't do Goku. But
Says who?
Well, not anymore because Smash Brothers is over, right?
It's over. Yeah, they're gonna do Super Ultimate. It's gonna have like 150 characters.
That's the thing. That's the thing. I'm like, I don't know. They can't top Ultimate, because the next game it's gonna be like, if they do another Smash, it always has to be like a port of Ultimate, because they're not gonna do all these characters all over again.
Yeah.
There's no way, because there's so many licensed stuff that they're not gonna be able to.
Yeah, I see. That's the really thing that's unfortunate, is I think people's expectations are now going to get way out of hand for the next Smash or whatever. Because yeah, that's a lot of characters. Like you said, it's a lot of licenses and stuff. And because I saw a couple comments, like, I wonder if they're like, when are they going to release the Ultimate Edition with all the DLC? And I'm like, man, I don't even know if you could do that, because there's so many license splits that would have to happen. Like, I just don't think you can do that.
Like, if they had to, like, the only way they would be able to continue, like, if they make a new console, which they're gonna have to, because the Switch is kind of on its last legs already. power wise. They're just kind of the ports ultimate. Just here's ultimate again, ultimate,
Yeah.
ultimate.
Super Smash Brothers Ultimate Deluxe. or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Which comes with all the DLC, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, they showed Sora, and he looks exactly like he does. He plays like he does in Kingdom Hearts, which is pretty cool. And I like how they got all the animations down to like perfection. Like it's like he looks like he's straight out of Kingdom Hearts, the game. It's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm watching the trailer right now. So
did you not to see it yet?
I mean, I've seen it, but I didn't watch like any of the gameplay. I just saw that he was announced, so I have no idea like what his moveset is or anything.
He's just I hit things with my keyblade. That is his moveset. It's pretty much
we need another anime sword fighter.
Yeah. And he's a very light floaty character, which is interesting.
Okay, yeah, he's definitely very floaty.
Yeah. Just like in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. That makes sense. He's got
That's
those
cool.
big old shoes.
Yep. It's cool. It's just it's sad that Smash Brothers is now over. I really want Sakurai because in this DLC picks that he chose, a lot of fighting game characters, and he seems to have a fondness and like a lot of knowledge in fighting games. I want him to make like a Nintendo fighting game that's not Smash, just like a 2D fighting game. I think that would be cool. Like
it would be
like the
but
they
I
don't
think,
and then they won't do it.
Yeah.
But I think it would be cool if they did a Nintendo fighter that's not Smash, not a party fighter, but an actual fighter. You know, give him something new to do, and he'll call it Smash Brothers again.
yeah, they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, they're not gonna.
It would be cool, but they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, no way. No.
Smash sells
way.
too well.
I would be thinking like instead of announcing a new Smash game, they'd just be like, "Hey, guess what? Here's a Smash Fighter pack coming out." You think they could do that?
Just like keep adding to it.
Yeah.
I mean, here's my thought. Why not? Like, why not just keep adding to Smash Ultimate? Like, why stop? Like, make it a platform. You know, people will keep playing it and keep buying DLC. Like, that's kind of how games are now. Everything's a game as a service. Like, why not just keep adding guys? I don't.
They wouldn't have to. Yeah, they wouldn't have to make a new game. They'd just be like, "Hey, Sakurai, can you just make a fighter pack? We'll give you like a year to do it." That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
But I'm pretty sure he wants to like, I want to be done. No more. Let me take a break. I've been doing this game for 7 years.
Yep.
Good times, good times. But apparently, I didn't even like. I totally forgot that Tokyo Game Show happened.
How could you forget?
I wasn't paying attention at all. I saw that like Atelier Sophie 2 was announced, and I saw the trailer. I'm like, how does this look worse than Ryza? Like graphically, that's what I'm saying. It looks worse than Ryza somehow. I'm like, is this footage from like the first game?
No, I mean it's definitely in the Ryza style. Maybe that character design just doesn't work in this new art style.
I don't know. I'm just talking about I remember looking at like the world, and it didn't look as detailed as the Ryza world. Unless
well, let's see here. I'm pulling the trailer up. Yeah, I mean I can see what you're saying. It's kind of got that like foggy draw distance thing going on, and yeah. I didn't play Ryza 2, so I don't really know what Ryza 2's like, but
ain't new. But first, since you probably followed this more than I did, what are your thoughts? What were your thoughts on Tokyo Game Show?
You know, I gotta be honest. I feel like I'm eating crow a little bit with Tokyo Game Show because I've been saying for years that Tokyo Game Show just isn't relevant anymore. Because I feel like there hasn't been an announcement at Tokyo Game Show like worth getting interested in since like Gravity Rush 2. Bless you.
Sorry.
And that was like 6 years ago or something. And to me, it's just not been worth getting excited about. But this, this Tokyo Game Show, it's like We had Atelier Sophie, Square Enix had a thing, which we'll get into. There was like a bunch of games announced and like gameplay revealed for the first time. So to me, this has been the best Tokyo Game Show in a long time.
Dusk Diver 2.
Heck yeah, Dust Diver 2 gameplay. Let's go.
Bandai Namco has the worst rebranding ever.
Oh my god, that logo is horrible. I don't get it.
That was just like, oh, we just need to get rid of our soul and join the global market as a soulless corporation. That's what that said. And I was like, oh, well, Tails is dead now.
Oh my god, chill. If anything, it's more alive than ever. Arise is going to end up being the best-selling game in this series.
I'm just saying, like, from the direction that Namco was going for, I was like, okay, this is just stupid.
Yeah, that logo makes no sense to me. Because, like, here's my thing. Like, maybe I'm overemphasizing this a little bit, but I feel like when you see a logo, like, it almost represents something. And, like, Bandai Namco's current logo, it's, like, very colorful. So, like, every time I see it, I'm like, oh, we're going to get, like, a fun JRPG or a fun anime game, like. But their new one is just, like, gray text and a, like, purple pink box around it.
Which makes it makes no sense. It doesn't fit what they were for a long time. And you know what it reminds me of? The Japanese side box art, where it's just white and black text.
I hate that. Nothing makes me more angry. No, that's not true. But I do. I don't enjoy it. It's a bummer for sure.
Wait, what is it? Yeah, that I just read that news. I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck was that? There was a lot of Stranger of Paradise FF Origins news, and it looks interesting. The gameplay looks interesting, but it's just ruined by Chaos Man and Limp Bizkit playing on his phone.
What the heck was that? That was so weird.
And I was like, it's like, are they trying to be super corny or are they trying to be serious? I just don't get it.
I wonder if this is like what Japan thinks a cool American guy is like or something. I don't really get it. It's so bizarre. It's so weird.
Yeah, okay. So going back to the Bandai Namco, they say that they want to focus on the Western audience and their appeal, right? And I'm like, don't do that. Or please Japan, don't do that again. That is what you did in PlayStation 3 era, and it was the worst era for Japanese games ever. Don't try to appeal to the generic, sorry Taylor, the generic Marvel, Star Wars, Transformers media. You get what I mean. It's like, this. I'm not saying that they're like, there's some good IP, there's some good stuff in those IPs, but I'm just saying, as a general, the generic normies media, don't appeal to that. That is the worst thing you could do.
Well, because here's the thing. It's like people like Japanese entertainment because it's Japanese. If we wanted it Western, we would do the Western thing, So it's like, you just have to find the balance. And I agree with you. I really hope they don't make that same mistake and, do everything like the PS3 era. Because, man, like that was a nightmare for sure.
They were going so well too. They're going so well until Jack and his chaos obsession.
Very weird, for sure.
But the game does look cool. Would you want to play it?
I mean, I hope they put the demo out on PS4. I want to try it.
Is the demo only on PS5?
Yeah.
Oh.
I still haven't really looked at a ton of gameplay, so I still don't really know what it's all about. So.
Did you play Neo?
Yes.
It's just a Neo with Final Fantasy, pretty much.
Oh, really? Is it pretty challenging like Neo? Because Neo's hard.
I don't think it's as challenging, but it probably is challenging. I haven't really delved deep into it because it's not my type of game, and the stereotypical Western guys and weird Limp Bizkit stuff kind of turns me off.
Oh, me
So
too. Yeah, like, and see, this is exactly the problem. Like, who is that appealing to, right? Because it's like, oh, we're gonna be generic bro dudes, and it's like us who are big hardcore JRPG guys aren't gonna. We laugh at it. We think it's stupid. We're gonna make memes about it, and then like Japan, like, are they into that? I don't know. Probably not. I have no idea. So and like anybody that they think they're appealing to is just not gonna want to play this game. I don't know. This game story wise feels like it's for nobody. It's really weird.
all they had to do was make Jack Cloud, and it would have been better. Because Cloud is a brooding, emo dude, and I don't get it. I still don't get it. I don't get the style.
I don't get anything about this game. I'll be very curious to see how it reviews and sells when it comes out, because it's an odd one for sure.
Yeah. Going to actual Final Fantasy news. There wasn't really news per se for Final Fantasy 16, but I forgot the guy's name, but one of the leads says that the main scenario has been completed, and now they're just adding all the extra goodies. So do you think that means they're improving the they're improving the quality of, how it looks and stuff like that? Do you think that means that it's actually very close and we might be getting some news at the end of the year?
Yeah, I mean, my prediction, I actually thought, I even originally thought it would be out by March 2022. I think that might be a little too ambitious, but I do think it'll be out before summer. Like, I think it'll be out by E3 is my guess now.
So it's going to be out before I get my Steam Deck.
That's right. You can play it on Steam or on Epic Game Store or whatever it releases on.
It's going to be on my PS5 because it needs some love. After I've played Arise, I haven't touched it. Oh, okay. Here's another thing. Okay. Total tangent. Okay.
Okay.
So after I beat the main story of Arise, I decided to buy some costumes. And you know which costumes I bought, guys. The only ones that matter are the girls' ones, right? So I bought those, and once I installed them and loaded them up, apparently they come with titles. And they give you spells that you haven't had before and abilities you haven't had before. And I was like, wait a second, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Because I bought one, like Xion, for the school one. Xion gets Ice Tornado. And I'm like, what? What? Ice Tornado? I didn't even know that was a spell. Okay.
Ice Tornado.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know they did that?
Well, I did, because from my review copy, they gave me the Ultimate Edition, which came with all the costume DLC, but I did not use the titles for when I played because I knew probably most people wouldn't have that, so I haven't used those.
But they are expensive. Like most of the things are like 1,000 CP per, so like, ooh, expensive. But
yep.
So I'm not using the swimsuit stuff on like any of the characters. I'm using the hairstyle for them because their hairstyles are nice.
Yeah.
Kisara has jiggle physics when she's wearing her bikini.
Oh, interesting.
And I'm like, okay. But not when she's in her sexy, her sexy teacher costume. Only in the bikini. Weird indeed. That they gotta get that fan service money,
That's right.
Okay, so back onto Tokyo Game Show. They showed off a new Project Triangle Strategy trailer, but we haven't talked about this. It actually named Triangle Strategy.
Yeah. I thought for sure they'd change it, but nope.
Nope.
They're
Nope.
just gonna stick with it.
Nope. But yeah, so I looked at the trailer. I'm like, this actually looks really good. It looks like a mixture between Tactics Ogre and Fire Emblem. Because the Fire Emblem part is like all your characters are actual characters and not just generic soldier guy.
Yeah.
So but the everything else is very Tactics Ogre. And also your choices matter, like in Tactics Ogre.
Yep.
So I can't wait to play that. But I'm kind of hesitant because Octopath Traveler came out on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Should I wait for Triangle Strategy for the PC version? How long was the wait between the Switch and the PC version for Octopath Traveler?
That's a great question. I'm looking it up right now. Octopath Traveler. Okay, so it was about a year.
About a year?
And then it was another year for Stadia. And then it was another year for Xbox One. But still not on PS4, which makes no sense, but whatever.
A lot of Japanese companies are trying to focus on the Xbox for some reason. I think it's because Sony is being very weird with their policies and censorship.
Like who? Who has been trying to go to Xbox or whatever?
Just like, you know how Tales of Arise was announced on Xbox One stage and stuff like that? They're just trying to push Japanese stuff on the Xbox.
Yeah, I wonder if that's just Microsoft trying to get some Japanese love or whatever. I mean, yeah, because Scarlet Nexus was also announced, I believe, at on the Xbox stage. But I mean, look at
the only thing that Sony is actually announcing is Final Fantasy, and that's just mainstream JRPGs, right?
Yeah, and then usually, and then Persona also.
Well, Persona was announced back when Sony was cool and had all the cool CEOs. When PSX was actually fun and a thing.
Yeah, and actually around. Yeah.
Yeah. God, what the heck happened, dude? What happened?
A great question. It's a great question.
PSX was awesome. And then Sean Layden left and Kaz went to a different section, and then everything went to hell. You know what? We need Kevin Butler back as the spokesperson for Sony.
That's right. Let's get Kevin Butler back in the mix. That'll fix everything.
Do you remember those? What? That was a good time. That was fun.
It was.
For as bad as PlayStation 3 had with the Japanese market, for some reason that console is very nostalgic to me. That era.
No, for sure. No, I agree.
What are you talking about? You didn't play games until you came back in 2010.
Yeah, but still, that was like when I got back into games because, like, for a long time, all I was playing was like World of Warcraft and Madden. I was that guy. And then, you know what's really weird is the reason I even got back into games was because everybody hated Final Fantasy 13. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to figure out what's going on. So I need to buy all these PS1 JRPGs. So.
Okay, I got to... We're going to go off on another tangent again.
Oh boy.
But it's more like a personal tangent. Okay, so I remember when you went to Korea and you were all over there doing your stuff. Wait. Were you doing the Cartoon Fiend before you went to Korea?
I was, yeah. Yep.
Okay. And that was just inspiration from Channel Awesome, right?
Yeah, AVGN.
Yeah.
I wanted to do cartoons or whatever. Yeah.
That was a very good attempt. I like that attempt. You went all in on it.
Yeah, it was fun.
If you guys want to see that, just search Cartoon Fiend on YouTube. It's still there. You can see a very, very young Taylor. I wonder if any of those episodes have been taken down due to the copyright.
That's a great question. I wonder if the channel. Oh, the channel's still up.
No, the channel's still there. I know it is.
Let's see.
You can see very early Taylor YouTube stuff.
The camera is just dog poop.
You remember what the camera was, right? It was one of those generic like flip cameras that were made for YouTube.
Yeah.
Wait.
Man, the resolution is just so bad. Oh my gosh. You know what's really funny? I'm watching a video and I have this same shirt. I have the same shirt on that I do in this video. That's really funny.
Wait, the honor teams?
Yeah, it's from football in high school. Yeah.
And it still looks that good?
Mm-hmm.
Show it to me.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I'm really shocked it's not more faded.
Yeah, that's crazy. Guys, that was like 20 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I graduated football was 2003. So yeah, it's almost a 20-year-old shirt. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then I have this little intro thing, and it says "Music" by Chris Holland, but it's MUISC. I spelled it wrong, so that's fun.
Oh yeah. Fun. I don't know how you got. That's the guy who did the guitar. That's the guy who did the guitar stuff for the AVGN, and Taylor somehow got a intro song made by him.
I just asked him. I was like, "Hey, I like your stuff on AVGN. Can I? Would you make a song?" He's like, "Yeah, sure."
Was it the?
I mean, it was pretty much as easy as that. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, he made it very. Did you ask him to make it sound sort of SWAT catsy?
Yeah, no, I did. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that sounds like it sounds very SWAT cats. And then you came back from. Sorry, we're going back to my tangent. We're going back. You came back from Korea, and then you wanted to start doing game stuff. What made you want to start doing game content?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think I definitely got inspired by, when Final Fantasy 13, everybody hated it. And then I started like a blog. I started playing some of these old JRPGs on my PSP, and then I would write reviews. And I think it was literally like just Brian that would read them, but whatever. I enjoyed doing it. And so I'm like, oh, let's make videos to go along with this. Cause I guess I kept getting video copyright stuff. Like I made a video about, do you remember the cartoon Pirates of Darkwater?
No, but I think I remember the situation you're about to talk about, though.
Yeah, so I put it up and it got taken down, and so I was like, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. It was so hard to get around the copyright stuff, so I was like, well, I like games, and I kind of have this newfound love for JRPGs, so let's do that, I guess.
Yeah, you can see the beginnings of all that too on your channel. Just go to the beginning of it, and you can see what we were just throwing stuff against the wall. We're like, what can we do that work? What can we do that work? What can we do that work? And then I remember when you just like, I'm doing this huge project called Shinkara, and you're really like, how long did it take you to work on that? Like, what from like idea the concept to getting all the stuff settled? And
Shinkara, oh man, that was a long time, because I wanted to find a really good artist that wasn't crappy, and I was like, I'm happy to pay like good money. And so I finally found somebody that had a style that I liked, and yeah, I don't know, it was a while, a couple months maybe, something like that.
I remember, I think you dropped it when I was in Tahoe. And I think it was during the time when the Game Grumps started as well with JonTron. Yeah, yeah, I liked it. I liked your concept. But I think you said the main thing that was tough about it was animating the character, and it was just really time consuming to make.
Yeah, it was tricky for sure. And doing all the text and everything, it was just super tedious. So yeah, and eventually I just kind of transitioned to more traditional reviews and like talking about news and stuff. So that seemed to have worked out okay.
Yeah. We'll go how you are now, you know? Doing good. Oh, wait a second. Where did you go, actually? Where are you? Sorry.
I disappeared.
Not you. You. Okay.
Baka.
Do you have anything else you want to do about the Tokyo Game Show, or is that it? Because I didn't pay attention to this at all, because a lot of things have been happening in the background for me.
Well, there are two things I want to mention real quickly. So
Let's go back.
So everybody's excited about Euden Chronicle. That's like the Suikoden game, and then they announced like a side game, and it looks like an Odin Sphere type of game. Like it's like a side view action RPG, and it looks really cool. The game's called Euden Chronicle Rising.
Yeah.
And they showed gameplay at Tokyo Game Show, and it looks really cool. And it comes out next spring, I think.
Yes. So that kind of annoys me.
Why?
Because I think that game actually delayed the game that they're making right now.
Probably,
that's what it felt like. I'm like, why are you doing this? Focus on your Suikoden game. I
think it was as a Kickstarter goal or something.
Was it that?
I think so, yeah. So I think they felt obligated to do it or something. So
I mean, yeah, the character art looks great, but you know, for some reason we have to wait until 2023 to get the full game. Same with all the Trails games.
Yeah, dude, man, I'm so bummed. So like Kuro no Kiseki, which just came out in Japan, we're probably not gonna see that till like 2023 or 2024, which sucks.
Yeah,
because it's like the really bummer part about that is the Geofront had all the Crossbell games translated. I know NIS America essentially bought those from them, but like I don't know why it takes so long to do it. I'm not going to pretend to know anything about localization, but
yeah, I don't know.
Bummer that it's going to take that long.
When I mean, there we go. If Tales of Destiny, the team with the Tales of Destiny DC remake fan translation could do it in like a couple months, I think a company with some resources could do it in a couple months when the translation is actually already done.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going to pretend to know how all that stuff works. There's probably a lot of moving parts, and they have to get like official licenses from Falcom, and there's probably other games that we don't know about, and they got to line. I mean, there's a million things that we probably don't even know behind the scenes that have to happen, but yeah, because Kuro is the one I really want to play. Like, it's basically a new sub-series, and it's like that mix between action and turn-based. It looks really neat. So,
because when we get the first one, 3 is already going to be out.
Yeah, probably.
Get on it, guys. It should be, worldwide releases, and it's not Falcom's fault. It's not Falcom's fault because Falcom's a small company.
It's true. It's NIS America's fault.
Yeah.
Hire more people. Come on.
Exactly. Come on. All right.
The only other thing I want to mention, I want to get your take on this because I'm sure you have a take, is they announced a crossover DLC for Tales of Arise where you fight Kirito and Asuna from Sword Art Online. And it's out by the time this episode comes out, it'll be available to buy. So what do you think about that?
Why?
See, here's the thing. Because it's, as you would like to say, it's for the normies, Nick. Sword Art Online is very popular.
It is for the normies. I know that, but just why? It's also for the money.
Yeah, that too.
Like, okay, you're gonna spend like $15 to do 2 battles against these characters. Okay.
But Nick, you also get costume DLC, okay?
Okay.
I don't even know how much it costs. I was trying to find how much it cost, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
I mean, couldn't they? I mean, it kind of fits the Trails look, I guess. Not trails, tails. Look. But I wouldn't go out of my way to spend money on it. I just don't know why. I don't get the appeal. And if anyone else likes this, then you're an idiot. I'm joking. I'm kidding.
Well, I think you actually hit the nail on the head, Nick. So according to DualShockers, it'll be in yen, it's 1,760 yen, which is about $15. So, yep.
Yeah, it's just to get money from the people who are like, ooh, I want to buy that. I want to fight. I want to kick these characters' asses because they're so freaking annoying.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna read this article, and it says everything you get. So there will be a special fight, like you said.
Is it only one fight?
It says you'll be able to fight Kirito and Asa in a special battle. If you manage to beat them, Alphen will learn a new mystic art with Kirito and Asuna. You'll also get weapons from Kirito and Asuna. You also get new costumes that look like the costumes, and that for Alphen and Shion, and then Law also gets some sort of costume. I don't know who he's supposed to be, but maybe it's Kirito from something else. Yep, that looks like it. Oh, there's a free update coming the same day.
Is it gonna fix the poppin'?
I doubt it. Here's what it says: new easiest and then unknown difficulty levels, 3 bonus battles. You'll get new weapons if you clear these battles, and they're themed. And then there's new DLC costumes. Yes, they look like joke weapons because one for Shion, it's like a squirt gun. It looks like a super soaker or something.
I mean, I got the farming joke weapon. So okay. To answer your question, what are my thoughts on this?
Yeah,
I think if this was in the game, not as a DLC, and it was like a hidden thing that you had to find,
yeah,
that would be cool. That would be awesome. That would be a really cool thing to do. A really cool thing to put in the game. Yeah. But since you have to buy it, and there was like, oh, here, we'll give you this, all this cool stuff, it kind of loses its charm. And it just feels like a cash grab. That's the that it's just the way they show it off, you know. I think sure. Yeah, if it was just, as I said, in the game without us knowing it, that would be cool. Like these, like, you know, you say the free update, there's 3 bonus fights. What are these bonus fights? I don't know. You're gonna find out.
Yeah. Yep. So no, you're right. It's definitely just another way to try to get some extra cash.
Yeah,
it would have been cool if there was like a little quest line or something like that, but
yeah, like a side quest that you didn't know. Yeah, see, the thing is, it's just the way. It's just, yeah. Sorry, I'm just rambling right now. So
that's what this podcast is about.
Oh, I mean, it's not bad because it's sort of online. It's bad because it's DLC and you just no mystery about it, and it just feels like it's just corporate stuff.
Yeah, man, we gotta have that indie goodness.
Not even indie, just something that's legit.
Legit. Like Stan DLC. Like if you had a cameo battle against Stan and that was DLC,
I would have the same opinion. I would have the same opinion as I have now on that.
Okay.
It's like, okay, cool, but why don't you just make it so it's an update and they just put it in? I was like, I already bought your game. I spent $200 on your game. Put that good stuff as like secrets, so I got to go find it.
Interesting. Indeed.
All right, so let's go to the next topic, which I've been getting, like, it's funny because I just now, or not now, but before we started recording, I said, hey, ask your questions for the next episode of Giant Sword Podcast, not this one. and someone asks, like you answered it already, right?
Yeah.
And it was like, it's hard to find time to freaking play JRPGs anymore. Well, what are some short JRPGs, right? And this was actually kind of clashed with this topic that I thought of is what are some main things keeping us from playing the games?
Real quick, Nick, sorry, you're like really going in and out and turning robot-y and getting quiet and then loud. I don't know what's happening, but
robot-y? Uh-oh. That's not good.
It's not robot-y, but it sounds like you get really muffled and then you get loud again. And
hopefully that's not in the recording.
Well, we'll see.
Is it still doing it?
Not right now.
Okay. I was gonna say, like, going back to the topic is, what are the main things keeping us from playing the games that we used to? And we all know, like, the main answer is like life, right? We're growing older, we're getting responsibilities and stuff like that. But what can we do to, improve, like get in a better mindset to play these games, even though we're not going to be able to play them for like 6 hours a day like we used to, right?
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm like, after I beat Tales of Arise, I beat Tales of Eternia, and then I beat Tales of Arise like right after, right? Mm-hmm. And right now, I'm just like in the mindset where it's like, okay, what can I do? I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know what to play. I have so many JRPGs I want to play, but I don't feel like it right now because of life. How can I get into the mindset to, be a little happier and play some games, even though we don't have that much time?
So to be happier or to play more games?
Okay, to play more games, you got to be happy and, and be not as stressed, Be able to get out of that mindset where it's like, I don't have any time, and then spend 3 hours on Facebook and say, I still don't have any time.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, well, it's funny that you brought up the question I replied to, because they said something about, maybe shorter games. And I have to say, I know we all love our super giant JRPGs because they're all big, but I'm coming to appreciate games that are a little bit shorter just because I can actually sit down and finish them. And it doesn't feel like as big of a commitment, because with JRPGs there's like a million, right? There's so many systems, like, oh, I got to get all the recipes and all the costumes and all the fishing. And it's funny that I'm saying this because I platinumed Tales of Arise, so it's
which I have no idea how you did.
I just really enjoyed it. It was fun. Yeah, and so that would be my thought, is maybe get something that's a little shorter, or I don't know who I was talking to recently, but they were talking about like replaying old favorites, and like if that's what it takes, like, I'm gonna just pull out a really nostalgic one. Like for me, it would be like Final Fantasy VII or something like that. Like just something that's like makes you feel good, and it's like you don't have to think, because I think a lot of times with JRPGs, especially new ones, right, you have to like get into the flow, and then you have to remember what's happening with the story and all these systems and stuff. But if it's like a game you've played a couple times, you can like turn your brain off a little bit, but still get that dopamine hit from grinding and beating bosses and stuff like that. So
you know what? I just thought about this recently, or not recently, but like a while back. We were playing some JRPGs over calls. Like we had Connor on, and we'll be playing games together. And I just put me in the mindset, like, give me an idea. If you can do this, is you find a group to talk with while playing JRPGs. It's especially like it works way better actually in like a call setting, like a Discord, because there's no one near you and you can still focus on your game while in the conversation with someone else. Like you could kind of zone them out sometimes, because when I have people over, I'm around people, I can't really focus on JRPGs as much because I'm focusing on them. But when I was playing like Tales of Eternia, and I was on I was on the Discord, and like Asian was there, Abe was there, and stuff, and we were just playing games and talking while playing the games. It was actually fun. It actually made me want to play more. Like it made me want to go into. Actually, made me look forward to playing the games. And I mean, if you're an adult and you're not forever alone like I am, and you have a wife or a girlfriend, you could or a significant other if you're a girl, or I'm digging myself a grave. Your significant other, right? Yeah. That's a good way to play. You can play the JRPG with them or the game with them, and you don't have to play 3-4 hours in a day, right? You could play for like an hour. It's like, hey, I want to do a couple of side quests and have some fun. But what's really helped get my mindset, like recharge my batteries, if I, is play the game and being with people online, talking about while playing the game, while they're playing their own game. That is a cool thing that I just actually that I recently learned, I should say.
Like that's kind of what's cool about Discord, right? Is like that's where communities come together to talk about stuff like that. So
I know a lot of people can't do that, and if you're having trouble, playing a game or getting into a game, it's always nice to be with a group of people who are playing the same genre as you and enjoying it, and it gives you good vibes.
Yeah. No, I agree. No, it's always fun. Like, I mean, I know you're probably gonna give me grief about this, but like, I would never think to play Fortnite. But then I had, Miss Bubbles invited me to play, and we were getting on a call and we're all playing together, and I don't know, it was just fun, and I kind of got into it. So it's the same concept, right?
You're not playing the same game together, but you're in a call or in a group of people enjoying enjoying their games at the same time. And it's just fun to be with a good group together.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I think the main thing keeping us from playing the games that we used to is just our jobs, pretty much, and our responsibilities.
Yeah, no, life just happens. I mean, like, even me, like, I had a pretty good pace of getting videos done, but now, like, after work, normally I can, like, get back and knock a video out, but now I'm just like, oh man, I'm like mentally tired. I'm not like physically tired necessarily, but like it's just thinking hard all day, and it's like I don't want to think anymore. I just want to stare at a wall and do nothing.
Yeah, I feel you there. I've been there. I mean, I'm always there pretty much every day. But you have it tough because your main job is video production and editing and stuff like that, and then your hobby is going to doing more video production. It's like, whew.
Yeah, no, it's tricky for sure. Yeah. It's tricky.
But at least you do it, man. At least you do it. It's hard for me. It's one of my worst flaws is not putting in the work to do the things I want. Like I have so many ideas I want to work on.
Just do it.
Yeah, just do it. But it's like,
yes, you can.
Yeah, yes, exactly. But my mindset's so corrupted right now that it's just like it's hard for me to do that, and I hate it. I hate it.
It got corrupted by the malevolence.
Yes, I'm about to turn into. Oh my god, I forgot the name for it. What is it? A Hellion. I'm about to turn into a Hellion. That's Tales of Hysteria.
I thought you were gonna say a 30-year-old.
Turn into it's Hellion in Zelia and a demon, I think, in Berseria. Same concept, but different terms because they're millennia apart. Oh man, yeah. So you guys, I think if you're having trouble playing games, either find someone to play them with or a group to talk to while playing them. You don't have to play huge binge stuff. Another thing is if you feel like you're wasting time, if it's like you don't have enough time, find the stuff that you know is wasting your time. That's not gaming. Like gaming, it could be a time waster, and if it actually is a time waster, I would say cut down on gaming and do other stuff you need to do or you want to do, like cooking or other hobbies. But if you find yourself on social media for like more than like 2-3 hours and stuff like that, you should be able to cut that off. Because I find myself on YouTube for a long time, and I really need to cut that habit. That's I was able to cut social media out of my life like that. Like I'm not on it at all. Like that.
You just snapped it like Thanos.
Yeah, I just I hate social media and I hate everything about it. So I don't like being on it. Even though I have accounts, I don't use it. That's the main reason why the Giant Sword podcast accounts aren't really used, because I'm in that mindset so much that even though I need to, I just totally ignore it. And it's hard. It's like I want to find a social media manager, someone who wants to do that for me.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's a lot.
But yeah, I think my biggest time waster is YouTube. And it's bad because I bet you a lot of people do this, but I tend to rewatch a lot of videos that I've already watched. And it's just fun to watch the same things over and over again. They're still fun to watch. And I just I need to be able to get out of say, okay, I'm done. I need to work on stuff. I need to make what makes a JRPG video. What is a JRPG video? Or where do you need to start on the Tales series?
Exactly. Just do it. Just do it. I believe in you.
You believe in me? Okay. With that rough topic out of the way, Taylor, do you have anything to add to that?
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, yeah. I mean, I think you nailed it. Yeah. Life gets trickier as you get older.
You got to make your priorities straight, right? If you want to play games, you have to put time into it and cut down on the other things that you think are time wasters.
I don't know, on that other crap like having a family and kids and getting married. Get all that shit out of there.
I'm saying your priorities straight, right? Obviously, your family and your kids and your loved ones are above all that.
Yeah.
But a cool thing is you could actually involve them with your hobby of gaming. Unless the game is a freaking hentai game, don't do that. And don't even play this.
They're into that, then yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'm not getting into that. Oh, okay. All right, so let's move to some questions. Okay, Hookalakonk asks, what are some of your biggest JRPG killjoy moments? For me, it was when I was at the last dungeon of Trails in the Sky and I encountered a glitch that it didn't allow me to progress forward, and I had to load a save that was 2 hours back. So it said, screw doing all that again and watch the rest of the story on YouTube.
Damn, that sucks.
I had something actually very similar to that. I was playing Legend of Legaia on my PS3. And I got to near the end, and there was a scene that kept freezing and a bunch of error messages would pop up on the screen. And I'm like, what the heck? What's going on? And it kept happening. And I looked online about it, and apparently it was a well-known bug on the PS3 that Legend of Legaia has, and it's not you can't get past that. And the save file is on the PS3, so it's just stuck there. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm done. I'm not going to play this game anymore. I spent 30 hours on it. I'm not replaying that. And I asked Connor, and Connor's like, that sucks, dude. But he told me that I was really close to the end, so I just watched the end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you didn't miss a ton. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. Biggest JRPG killjoys. Hitting the start button when I played Trails of Cold Steel. I immediately was sad.
Instantly.
Yeah, just instantly.
Instant when you saw the run cycle.
Yeah. Um, let's see. I mean, I think one of them, I brought this up a couple times, was, oh, dude, the in Star Ocean, integrity and faithlessness, when like your brain dead AI, you have to defend your party member that's like hacking a computer, and the enemies just run straight for him, and your party members are brain dead and won't defend him. And I just lost it. I was like, I can't play this game anymore. It's just infuriating. Um, and then this wasn't necessarily a killjoy because the game is relatively short, so I could just boot it and start it from the beginning. But I got to the final boss in Parasite Eve, and I ran out of bullets. And like
I was there.
The knife. What's that?
I was there at that moment.
You probably were, yeah. And like the knife is just not a viable option, so I was like, all right, I guess I'm starting over. And I just, skipping all the cutscenes, I could probably get to the end in like a couple hours, but like, yeah, that was just that was annoying.
I'm pretty sure I have other killjoy moments. I think most of them are usually when you played a game for like 3 hours straight and you forgot to save, and then you run into like a really rare monster and it kills you instantly, and you're like, how far back am I?
Yeah, like, give me an autosave, please, guy.
But that happened to me recently, and I was like, holy crap, I just lost like 6 hours of time. And I loaded the game back up and had an autosave feature. I'm like, thank God.
That's good. That's good that it was there.
It's not in your face. What other ones? Yeah, they're usually that. Like, they're usually tactics. This doesn't really happen a lot on tactics anymore, but I was playing this really hard mod on that really makes tactics really hard, like impossibly hard. And I was just doing normal battles. Like, okay, I have I have my 5 party characters, and there's like a chocobo and 2 goblins. So I'm like, okay, this is gonna be an easy battle. The goblin just like freaking has an ability that's ranged, and it's like a triple punch, and each punch is like 60 damage. And this is the beginning of the game, and the max HP of someone is like 30. And I'm like, what the heck? Oops. I think the worst one, like, okay, in that mod, I don't know if I told you this. I definitely told Connor this. Is a bomb in that game. So you know how when you bomb gets critical, right? They're going to self-destruct. So in this game, when they get critical, you hit them, they get critical, they freaking get quicken. Mm-hmm. So they go to the next turn, right? And then they just explode.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So it's like, well, to kill the bomb, you got to make sure you kill them and not make them go into critical, or they're just gonna, explode on you.
Oops.
So that's what happened when I did Swiggy Woods, right? And I killed every single party member except he was the last guy left alive, right? He killed every single party member except for my knight, who had like 60 health, like 90 health, and he got down to like 60. And I was like, oh, thank God. So I have a picture. I want to send it to you after this. I have a picture where there's just dead bodies everywhere except for this knight, and then it's like mission complete.
He's hit the floor.
Yeah, that was. Whew. Spaghetti asks, what are some things you would like to upgrade in your gaming setup? Could be furniture, tech, etc. Can I answer real quick? My gaming setup, what I want to upgrade is have my own freaking gaming room. I don't want it to be my room anymore. Like, I would like to have, like, your office.
Yeah.
So imagine that just being like a gaming room. That's what I would want.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because compared to how it looked before, I like how there's a couch there, and it's really nice and fancy. It's all painted. Looks nice now.
Yeah, it's not this crappy old lady wallpaper and all the other garbage that used to be there. So, yeah, no, it's cool. And then you probably can't see this, but then I put up a shelf. I've got all my Nendos and stuff up there. So,
Yeah, I just want my own dedicated gaming space that's not my main room because I don't want to feel like a kid anymore.
Yeah.
That just shows just shows what kind of incel I am, right?
Well, I remember you used to have the couch, what are those called? Couches that turn into beds. What are those called?
I don't know.
Futon? Yeah, futon.
In the
Yeah.
garage?
No, well, you had one in your room, and I remember your dad hated it. He's like, "Get rid of that couch." I thought it was cool though. I like futons. Futons are neat.
Yeah. I missed having the dedicated gaming space that was in the garage back in the early high school days. You remember when you remember that place?
Oh yeah, that was legendary.
It was a garage with some carpet we put down and TV with a couch that turned into a bed, and it was like there was like Christmas lights hanging everywhere, and there's my drum set. It was just, it was one of those. It's like,
Perfect.
yeah, and it was the PS2 era, so we didn't have to connect to the internet or anything. It was just great.
Mm-hmm. And then especially when it would rain, and nothing was better.
Rain? So it started raining, and we're gonna lift the garage door a little bit so you heard the rain, and was playing some RPG Maker 2 with some green Kool-Aid. Yeah, it's like I miss those days. You're never gonna have them again. What about you, Taylor? Would you want to have a dedicated gaming room?
That would be nice. I mean, so this eventually, when I'm not living with Matt, I get a house with a dedicated gaming room. But more than anything, I mean, I don't even know if this really. Well, I guess this applies to what Spaghetti said, but I want a PS5. I still don't have a PS5, and I would love. I really don't know if this is going to make a difference, but I also want to get a 4K TV. And I've never really seen a game played in 4K on a 4K screen, so I don't know if it's that noticeable, but I would just like that because
I would just want to. I just want a TV. Like, I enjoy having all my stuff just on my computer, but I do miss the days being able just to sit on the couch, relax on the couch while playing on a TV. That's the one thing I missed in our apartment. Our apartment had that. It was just our computers, and then we had our TVs. Ooh,
yeah, that was a cool little setup. Yeah, it was a little too bachelor-y for sure. I mean, I remember the front room. It was just like wall to wall covered with like gaming posters and stuff. Like,
that was good. That was cool. That was cool. I mean, come on, we were young adults.
That's true. Yep. It's good times.
Good times. All right. Josiah Taku asks, "Oh no, some monsters from a random JRPG are attacking you right now. Quickly summon a JRPG mascot to defend your life. Who do you choose and why?"
That's a good one. Do you have an answer on your top of your head?
Hoodle.
Who?
Hoodle.
Hoodle? Hoodle's pretty great.
I think out of all the Tales mascots and annoying animal creatures, Hoodle's the best because Hoodle isn't annoying.
Well, Hoodle doesn't talk, so of course he's not annoying. Let's see. I mean, off the top of my head, it's like Morgana, I guess, just because Morgana's annoying, but they're a good party member. So
yeah.
I would say something like a Moogle or something, but like I don't really know what they do. Like they can heal, I guess, depending on the Moogle. And then everybody else is kind of lame. So yeah, probably Morgana, I guess. I don't know if that's a cop-out answer, but that's my answer.
That's a cop-out answer. Fully cop-out. Should have said, "Oh, Pikachu."
Pikachu. Oh, that was a better answer, but too late. I already said Morgana.
You wasted it on Morgana. I'm just mascot character. Could a Cactuar work?
I mean, sure.
No, Hoodle. So that's what when I think of mascot characters, I think of those kind of characters, Hoodle and Meepo and those annoying things.
What about Ricky from Xenoblade?
Ricky's like a main character though. Ricky don't like this. All right, Hookah Conk asks, I'm curious if either of you share this opinion of mine to some extent. I personally enjoy the storylines in JRPGs a lot more than the stories in most shonen anime, exceptions being Full Metal Alchemist and Attack on Titan. My reason is because I feel like JRPG stories are better paced, whereas I feel like in anime, like Dragon Ball, Naruto, and My Hero tend to spend way too much time on training, overly long tournaments, and fights that drag on too long. Way too many characters. JRPG stories I tend to have a lot less padding and better pacing overall. Do either of you agree or disagree?
No, I mean I totally agree because
yeah, okay. I agree, but it's because you're picking out shonen anime, which has a reputation just to do that.
I mean, they're almost designed like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, JRPGs, you can't have stuff like that. The pacing has to be better or people won't play. So.
Like Full Metal Alchemist is like a perfect story. It's like a perfect anime because it's like a JRPG. It's a focused story that just moves forward, right? It's not like, oh, we're going to get to this part and then suddenly it goes to a side story, which is 3 years before what's happening where he just left off. And it's a different group of characters that you have no idea about. I swear, that happens so many times on Bleach, Taylor. I remember it was like this huge epic fight. And it was like they did the samurai thing where they're about to they hit each other and then they're like standing, and then it cuts. And then the next episode is a filler arc, which is like back in a different area and is completely different characters. And I'm like, what the hell? Worst things.
Yeah, well, like, because like you said, like Full Metal Alchemist like has a whole arc. Like I feel like I said, like stuff like Naruto and Bleach are like designed to go on forever. Like they're not like I got a story in mind. It just takes 1,000 episodes to tell. Like I feel like they're almost making it up as they go. I mean,
well, they are.
Yeah, like I mean, I guess most stories are like that, but like I don't think they have the whole thing plotted out or anything. So
I would say, Hookah, that imagine just saying like you play Dragon Ball or you watch Dragon Ball and you just watch the Frieza arc and end at Frieza. That's a good way. That's a good story. Yeah. It just ends right there. It's contained and it's not that long. It's about 30 to 60 episodes. I forgot how long it is.
Episode and a half out of Goku just sitting there going like this, charging a spirit bomb, and there you go.
That's why you watch Dragon Ball Z Kai, and it cuts all that stuff out.
Yep, exactly.
There are animes where just like, Dragon Ball especially, where it's just a bunch of cutting to like them staring at each other for like 5 minutes.
Dude, like to me, I couldn't stand One Piece. Like I tried to like get into One Piece, and there are literally like half episodes where they're just like they are literally just staring at each other. I'm like, do something. It's so boring.
All right. Israel asks, do you think we'll live long enough to see Final Fantasy 20 or Dragon Quest 20?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think Final Fantasy 20 way faster than Dragon Quest 20 because they're only on what 11.
They're making 12.
16. Yeah, that's right. 12's on the way and 16's on the way. So, 4 times 5, so 20. So like, yeah, give it another. We'll be like almost retired by the time Final Fantasy 20 comes out. Hopefully, we're still alive. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll see them. Dragon Quest 20, maybe not, because I don't even think Dragon Quest will last that long.
I think it will. They just take
forever to make.
Yeah.
All right. Nick Neck asks, name 2 cast of characters from 2 JRPGs that you would love to see play tug-of-war with each other on a tail scaffolding, or the losing team plummets to their death because the rope gets cut by a guillotine. I personally...
Do you know what they're talking about, by the way?
No, is this a Squid Game thing?
Yeah.
Okay. I personally, for example, would love to see a group of Shining Force characters play against a group of Fire Emblem characters. I don't have
Here's the thing,
I have no idea
like-
what Squid Game is, but apparently it's taken the world by storm. And if it's taken the world by storm, then obviously I'm not going to watch it.
You actually might like it. It's basically like if they took like Danganronpa or like Virtue's Last Reward and like made a show out of it. That's like kind of what the show is. It's like, hey, we're gonna play these games, and if you lose, you die. Oops.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, it gets pretty screwed up, so you have to be in the right mindset to watch it. But it's interesting.
Two cast of characters from 2 JRPGs. Tales of Symphonia.
So they can plummet to their death.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 15.
Final Fantasy 15.
What other characters?
Well, here's the thing, like there are JRPGs I don't like. There's not necessarily casts of characters I don't really like.
Time of Eternity cast.
There's still some cute girls in there. See, I wouldn't want anybody plummeting to their death.
I just picked Tales of Symphonia because it's a long-lasting joke that's never gonna end.
Sure. Maybe. See, I was gonna say like Final Fantasy 13 as one of them, but there's like characters I like in the cast. There's some I don't like, but then there's some I do. Man, see, that's tough. I don't know if I want to play this game.
That's what makes it tough.
I know. I think that's what the point is. Oh, Tales of Hysteria. I don't like anybody in Tales of Hysteria, so let's do Tales of Hysteria on one side.
You don't like anyone in Tales of Hysteria? That's blasphemy.
No, I don't like anybody. So we can do Hysteria. And then I'm trying to think of a team that would just win. Yeah, maybe like trying to think of somebody with like super strength, or I was thinking like Final Fantasy 7 because Barrett's pretty strong.
But he only has one hand.
That's true. He only has one hand. That's a good point. Not great for tug of war. That's actually a really good point. I'm trying to. Actually, I should go to my favorite JRPGs. But see, here's the other thing. Like most JRPGs are like teenagers, so.
You're thinking too much about this, Taylor.
No, I'm not. I'm not thinking too much.
It's like, which cast from a romantic comedy anime would you want to be, on this thing?
Yeah, right.
I don't want any of them.
Right, exactly. I don't know. Maybe, yeah, I am thinking too much about this. I can't think of another one. Final Fantasy 10, I don't really like anybody in 10 either. How about that?
There you go. Perfect. And with that, we'll be ending this episode. We're going to, with a Squid Game question. Thanks for watching, guys. Taylor, please share your info to where to find you.
Yeah, I'm on the YouTubes. You can just search the Gaming Shelf. My channel should be the first one that popped up. By the time this video comes out, I may have crossed 30,000 subscribers. So thanks to anybody that has subscribed and watched. I appreciate it.
Perfect.
And
All right. And I should have said this earlier, but if you want to support us, our Patreon and subscribe star, our links are below, and join our community on Discord. And we'll be back next week, and hopefully we'll be doing a spoiler cast real soon. Later.
Later.